Was this budgeted for in the annual budgets of the county government of Wajir?
It was captured in the budget of 2018-19, and it was not paid.
Was money allocated for
Yes,
this
it was
project?
allocated. The money was allocated for.
To your knowledge, what happened to the money if it was not paid?
The money was diverted to other payments that were that will be captured later in the motion. But this money was not paid.
Go to paragraph 22 of your witness statement.
Paragraph 22 of my witness statement. The actions of the governor, the actions on the part of the governor are also violation of section 33F, as he has failed to be accountable for management and use of the county resources.
What do you explain? What do you mean by
that? Now, I want to clearly show here that these pending bills that were submitted by the CCM Finance were just a portion of the pending bills. But if you go to paragraph 23, when these pending bills were submitted from the request by the members of the County Assembly, accordingly, sometime in November 2019, a 9-member ad hoc committee was constituted through a motion table in the County Assembly. Now, the committee was established because of the public outcry that this money that was declared by the CCM Finance to be the pending bill was not actually the actual pending bill, but more than that. And it will be clearly be captured by my colleague Hussein in his affidavit.
So where is the evidence in your witness statement and the annexures? Where can you pinpoint to the committee to look into that report?
And it's clearly captured in annexure A17, yes, page 98 to 177 of my witness statement.
That show, I mean, it's a lot of documents. What does it show in a nutshell?
The committee, the formation of the committee, and I will take you to the committee report, and I just want to show you some few issues regarding the role of the committee, of the said ad hoc committee. And if I take you to page 100, and on behalf of the County Assembly Wajir ad hoc committee on pending bills, now we were given, the committee is mandated among others. I want to read for you the mandate of the committee.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
The committee will see it's on page 100.
It's on page 100. Now the committee was mandated and tasked to verify and come up with the pending bills that were not declared by the CCM. The pending bills are in the tune of almost 2 billion also. That will also be captured in the affidavit by my colleague. Now, it clearly shows that the county of Wajir, despite contracting members of the public or the companies, has also failed to declare that these contracts were done and were not paid. They only declared 2 billion. So and these 2 billion were not paid, plus the remaining also 1.6 billion was not paid.
So to your knowledge, are those pending bills still pending?
They are still pending. I can confirm that.
Okay, let me take you to paragraph 26. Explain to the committee what are those figures in paragraph 26.
Now, if you come to paragraph 26, and it's clear that the roles, there is a separation of power. The role of county assembly is to provide, one is to provide oversight role, representation. Now, in paragraph 26, you can see the money quoted, 70 million, belongs to the Assembly of Wajir for purpose of paying the salaries, mileages, and medical cover for honorable members. This money was supposed to be remitted on June 20th. If you go to annexure, and if you go to annexure page 178B, you can see the Wajir budget, that is 760 million. But this money, 70,216,902, was supposed to be submitted to Wajir County Assembly on the month of June for payment of salaries. This money, remember, this money is recurrent. It cannot be forwarded to the next month. The purpose of this money is to pay salaries, mileages, and medical cover for honorable members. To frustrate the honorable members not to do their role, this money was withheld by the county treasury. It was later brought forward to the next month. Remember, this is recurrent expenditure, which is supposed to be paid within that financial year. This money, that is 70 million, was misused by the county executive for purposes that were not appropriated by the county assembly. This is a clear violation by the county executive, and it clearly shows that the county executive has a role in making sure the county assembly does not perform its functions of oversight, representation, and legislation well.
Yes, and in terms of, if you look at from paragraph 28 to 34 of your witness statements,
yes,
you make a lot of averment on breaches of the Public Finance Management Act. Can you list for this committee what are those breaches you are saying the governor is responsible for?
From 28 to
34.
If I start with page 28, paragraph 28 still talks about the remittance of the county treasury to the county assembly, and I wanted to bring out clearly that the funds, that 70 million that was withheld by the treasury, that was withheld by the county treasury, is up to now not paid. And we are now in the next, we are in financial year, the ending financial year 2020-21, and this money was transferred from 2019 to 2020. This is a whole year.
But to your knowledge, is that money in the accounts, or?
To my knowledge, we cannot ascertain whether the money is in the account, but we can confirm that that money was used in financial year 2019-2020. As of now, we don't know where that money is.
Okay, continue.
Now,
actually, let me ask you, just looking at your evidence, just summarize what...
Senior Counsel, where can we get this annexed marked A110?
Eh?
A110. After paragraph 28, you have...
The annex...
Yes, A110 is at page 180.
180, yeah?
180, yes.
It's good you guide us so that we know.
Yes, yes.
Page 180, yeah?
Yes, it's page 180.
Annexure and it clear. Annexure A19 is a letter dated 30th June, addressed to the head of Treasury from the Controller of Budget on this issue. And annexure A10 is on page 181.
Yes, continue now. Explain or give examples of breaches of the Public Finance Management Act by the county government and the governor.
By withholding this money, the governor clearly violates Article 176 and 185 of the Constitution by disregarding the county government as an arm of independent.
Look at paragraph 31.
On paragraph 31, is a letter dated 24th June 2020 that can be found in page 181 of the annexes. On that letter, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Wajir, Honorable Ibrahim Yaqub, wrote a letter to the governor asking him to come and give an address to the county assembly. The address, importance of the address is to make sure that you enumerate the policies and directions of the county government. Without direction, we don't know what policies that are supposed to be implemented. We don't know where the county is heading. The governor, since inception of the second county government of Wajir, has never done a single address, has never made a single address to the county government of Wajir. This clearly shows that the county government of Wajir has no direction at all. We don't know where we're heading. We don't know the policies that are supposed to be implemented. The governor has decided to remain mum on these issues.
But is it your evidence that first, that since he came to office, he has not addressed the assembly?
Apart from opening the assembly, there's a difference between coming to open the assembly and giving an address. The governor came on the first day when we sworn in the speaker to open the assembly.
And is it your evidence that it is a mandatory requirement for the chief executive to address the county?
It is a requirement, and it is a violation of Section 32K of the County Government Act 2012.
Go to paragraph 34. of your witness statement?
Yes. On paragraph 34, and we are talking about the emergency fund. Emergency funds are meant to enable payments in respect of county, in a county when an urgent or an unforeseen issue arises. Now, since inception, and it's captured in Auditor General's report on page 1, 2018, the governor has not provided, once you withdraw money from the emergency fund, you're supposed to provide statements within 2 months to the county assembly. You seek approval. Governor never sought approval. He never seeks, he never provides statements regarding the emergency fund. This is a clear violation of Section 167 of the Public Management Act. This is like a cash cow to the governor because this money is misappropriated, is embezzled, and no report is given out. When the assembly seeks report regarding the issue, no report is given back. It's now clearly captured in the Auditor General's report on 30th June, where they don't keep separate account or separate statements for those emergency fund, the revolving fund, and budgetary fund.
To your information, how much money has been misappropriated under that heading of emergency funding?
In emergency fund, when we came in the year 2017-2018, the first emergency fund that we appropriated was 150 million. Emergency fund are usually 2% of the total revenue. So you can make the calculation is 183 almost each financial year.
So the last 3 financial years or the last 4 financial years, is it your testimony that the governor has not accounted for the emergency funds?
Yes, it's my testimony that he has not accounted for a single cent of the emergency fund.
And as a county assembly, you have no idea how it was spent?
The county assembly seeks information.
Yes.
Once information is not provided, the only avenue to go is through this impeachment motion.
Look at paragraph 38.
Sorry, again, Senior Counsel, where is this annexure A?
Annexure A1,
Which page?
112 is on page 183 of the audit. It's page 10 of the Auditor General's report. You can refer to my motion that was submitted to the Senate.
Now go to paragraph 38.
It's page 183. It's page 1 of the Auditor General's report, 2017-2018.
Go to paragraph 38 and explain to the committee what is this absence of the cash book and how that 409 million and 440 arose.
According to the Auditor General's report, the county government failed totally to maintain cash books. So this has caused a misuse of 409 and 440 respectively. This money was withdrawn with no cash book by the county treasury, contrary to the provisions of 119.5. This is a clear violation of Section 195.5 of the Public Finance Management Act. These transactions were not recorded either in the imprest, and it can be seen on Auditor General's report, page 16.
And that appears as annexure A113 at page 213 of your document?
This one is page 16 of the Auditor General's report on my motion.
Yes, at page 213 is the... okay, that's another report. Okay. Then at paragraph 40A, what is that 172 million you refer to?
172, if you look at the page 12 of the Auditor General's report 2017-18, let me refer you to Auditor General's report, page 12, and irregular procurement of goods and services.
Please, maybe use the marked numbers on your document. 183, 182.
At the top, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now this one is clearly in my, I'm referring to my motion that was submitted to the Senate.
Just explain quickly.
Yes.
A, B. This company called Fatco Construction and Transporters.
On Fatco Construction, it was raised by the Auditor General that this company was awarded a contract worth 34,747,105, while this company had no other companies were, 3 of the bidders were eliminated, but they had better, they had better experience, and they had better, had a lesser experience than them. This company had a lesser experience, the Fatco.
At paragraph 42 of your witness statement, explain to this committee that allegation you make that 119 million was misappropriated in Wajir County.
According to the information from the Controller of Budget, this 119 million.
SC, Senior Counsel.
Yes.
You know, I didn't get that page properly. We wanted to know, you have paginated your...
Yes.
So which page was he making reference to on the audit report?
On...
I will I'll get for you your chairman.
Okay.
But we'll be giving you the pages in every annex from now on, so that we can follow easily. Look at paragraph 42 of your witness statement.
Yes, on paragraph 42 of my witness statements, it says that 119 million was misappropriated. And now, usually the county treasury, when they're requesting funds, they make requests with suppliers list. And if you look at page 216, and there's a copy of a letter dated 26 November, page 216.
Yes, continue.
Yes, there's a letter dated 26 November that was for request for funds in the tune of 199 million. These funds were supposed to cleared on these funds amounting to 199 million were authorized on 26 November by the Controller of Budget. Now, the supplier list to pay the funds are also in page 218. For Department of Roads, there were 24 companies in the tune of 104 million to be paid, and in the Department of Water, was 104 million. And if you go to page 220, in the Department of Roads, there were 95 million to be paid from the funds. Now, if you come back to the page, if you come back to 43, the Controller of Budget authorized that money to be paid to those companies. But the money was diverted for other use. The money, if you go to 44, the documents that were submitted by the county government of Wajir to the Controller of Budget in support of their requisition listed companies were 104 million for water, and that was 24 companies, and 95 million for roads. That were 15 companies to be paid. That can be found in page 218. But the money was not paid to the said companies. The money was diverted. Only 36 million was paid from the Department of Roads. Only 36 million were paid. Sorry, from Department of Water, only 36 million were paid, and from the Department of Roads, only 43 million was paid. The remaining balance of 119 million cannot be accounted for. So you can see clearly there's a loss of 119 million that was misappropriated.
And that's what you captured, paragraph 49 of your
Yes, 49, I captured that. And some of the companies that were paid from the money were shell companies that are associated with the governor.
Okay, let's go to paragraph 51.
Paragraph?
51 of your...
51.
Yes, what's that allegation you make?
Now, on paragraph 51, the issues that are raised here is of a quotation by a company named Layli that was contracted by the Wajir County government to supply bale of ugali. A bale of ugali in a local retail goes for 1,600 in Wajir town. If you go for wholesale, it's even lesser than that. This company was contracted by Wajir County government to provide bales of 42,857 bales of ugali at the cost of 3,500. That is almost 200% of the local price. That one is clear misappropriation of the fund by Wajir County government.
So
Further, you can see some items that were not delivered 100%. Apart from the bale of ugali, the contracted company did not 100% deliver the items. And this money was later paid to the contractor at full. So you can imagine.
and that, where do you find that? At what page?
And in the annexures at page 229.
229.
Page 229.
And who owns that company of Leili General Contractors? Do you know?
Leili General Contractors is owned by Osman, the witness that you called, the person you sought to be called as a witness.
Witness.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the, at paragraph 53, there is a number of contracts, a number of tenders you highlight.
Senior Counsel, I
Yes.
think there is a senator who wants to seek
Yeah,
a clarification.
sorry, Chairman, to interrupt, but if I got the question from the senior counsel, the question was, where would you get evidence on who was paying for the supply of those bills of UNGA? Then he said this on page 229 is where you will get the evidence of payment. Turning to page 229, Chair, what I find is a letter of notification of award. So I want some clarity so that at least we're able to follow.
The issue the issue I was trying to explain is not the payment. I'm trying to explain the notification of award. This company was awarded a contract of 149 million to supply UNGA at a cost of 3,500. So the annexure there is a letter of notification of award to the supplier in response to the request for, in response to so this is a notification of award, not the payment. Notification of award basically is an agreement
Yes.
between the county and
Yes, continue.
Okay, do you have page 2 of that letter? Because what we have is just page 1.
page 229.
Do you have the next page of that letter?
We don't know the author. We don't know the author of the letter. Signature, the person who issued it. Are we together?
Them like in bills of UNGA here, Chair.
Just go to 229. At the
229.
bottom, there is no signature. There is no author.
229 is it will clearly be captured in my. Let me guide you to my motion.
Okay, if you don't have, proceed.
Okay, now look at the page 234. Just look at page 234.
Page
234.
234.
Senior Counsel, Senator Linturi says you have not addressed his concern.
I'm sorry.
I think he says that is the notification of the award. But I think the allegation is that payments were made. Is that what you're saying, Senator?
Yes, I
So
think
he wants
explain
to
your
see-
knowledge was payment made to that
Yes,
company
yes,
for
yes.
that emergency tender for maize.
And where do we get that evidence?
If I read through my statement,
Let me be very specific and clear. The evidence that we are seeking here is the evidence for payment of that supply. When you refer us to page 229, what we find is a notification of award for various items. But even if you were to look at this notification, there is nowhere where you will find there is any reference to the supply of maize flour.
and
Yes, just explain that.
I want to explain this one clearly.
Have you understood first?
Yeah, I understood him very well.
Senator,
So I want to.
you can look at the last item. There is, I assume, ugali is what you are talking about.
Well, yes, Ugali.
Ugali.
Ugali pale.
The last item
Flour.
is ugali.
Maize meal.
3,500.
Chairman, from where we sit, the witness really should get no such help. It is his document, and let him point out where it is ugali, whether it is maize flour. That is for him.
That's obvious.
Okay. Answer the senator to his satisfaction.
Senator, what I want to bring out here is from a statement sought by a member of the county assembly. He sought to be, the statement is here.
You'll do us a lot of favor if you make reference to a page so that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are able to
I'll
follow.
refer to you.
Just read the page at the top.
This is page 229.
Next
Okay,
is
we
two.
are there. 229.
Page 229 is a notification of award. You can see at number 9, at the bottom of the page, ugali, a bell, goes for 3,500.
Is there any place we can find that? The next page. Is there a next page first? Is there page 2 of that letter? To your knowledge, is there page 2 of that letter?
It was supposed to be a.
Is there any way we can find? To your knowledge?
Yes. Let me find it in my. Can you give me a minute and find it in my motion?
Okay, we'll come back. What were you saying in relation to page 230?
In relation to
Page 230.
page 230.
Yes.
Now this was a response to request for a statement on county food and non-food items that were issued. This was a statement that was sought by a member for Wagberi Ward. If you go through, they're asking how many food and non-food items were brought. So you can clearly see here, and on the delivery of those goods. If you go to page 231, there's sleeping mat, there's tarpaulin, and the delivery percent is 93 and 80% delivered. But the main issue that we want to bring out here is the issue of award of a contract to supply a bale of ugali at a cost of 3,500.
Now, Senator...
There's no issue, there's no mention of payment here. What I mentioned here is the issue of 3,500 being paid,
No, but let's go
being
back.
being awarded.
Wait. Let's go back to the question by Senator Lanturi. To your knowledge, was payment made for that ugali or bale or maize?
A notification of award.
To your that we know. To your knowledge, just if you say you know, say yes. If you don't, you say you don't.
No,
You are not aware.
yeah, I'm not aware of the payment.
Okay. Now let's go to paragraph 53 of your witness statement.
Yes.
Can you explain those tenders and what the issues you are raising about is?
And on paragraph 53, these are adverts that were placed on the local dailies. The adverts can be seen on Annex A121, that is page 319. Page 319.
Yes.
Page 319. This is a tender notice by the county government of Wajir, and according to the budget that was appropriated for Wajir County 2020-2021, there was no provisions or there was no budget for construction of mega dams. As you can see here, there was an advert of 4 mega ponds that were to be constructed in 4 sub-counties. This issue clearly shows that the governor had gone out of budget. The purpose or the role of County Assembly of Wajir is to appropriate budget. And for you to change the budget, you have to seek the approval of the Assembly again. Now, they have advertised for these projects. Some of the projects were tendered, they were awarded, and were paid, while other companies within water, for example, if I may take you to paragraph and if I take you to paragraph 62
of your witness
of my witness statement regarding the same issue. In paragraph 52, in paragraph 62, there's a company that was contracted by Wajir County government to provide service. The company provided service at a cost of 18 million. On 22nd May, the company completed the work and was given a letter of completion by the engineer. This company was not paid. The company sought legal redress and it was given 21 million as damages and costs on 26 November. Now, annexure here, you can see the on A23, you can see the annexures. That is on page. That is on.
Let me take you back to paragraph 53.
I want to bring out clearly the issue of misappropriation of funds and favorism here. This supplier provided service to the county government, has waited for his money for almost 4 years. He went to court. He was supposed to be paid his money on 20th November, 26th November. But these companies that had done projects that were awarded contracts on December were paid their monies on 1st of February 2021 and 21st of April 2021. These companies are Fortune Enterprise and Lely General Constructors Limited. This one now clearly shows there's favorism, there is abuse of office by the governor.
So let's go now. Let's go to another issue, which is at paragraph 56. Can you explain to this committee what issue you are raising?
On page 56.
Paragraph 56.
On paragraph 56, this is in regard to Department of Medical Health and Services. County Assembly of Wajir has allocated over 2.4 billion in the last 3 financial years. You can here see annexed, page 320, is the Wajir supplementary budget. Now, this issue that will be captured clearly by my colleague, Honorable Hussein, in his witness affidavit, is it shows that Wajir County Assembly appropriated 2.4 billion to the Department of Health. That is in line with the public policy requirement, national health policy requirement of 20%. As we speak now, the referral hospital of Wajir, the renal unit is closed. The employees of Wajir Health Department are on strike. And we have provided 2.9 billion to provide those services. This is a clear misuse of public funds.
Now, the lawyers for the governor said that this issue of health was not captured in your notice of motion. Can you show this committee where in your notice of motion that was captured?
Well, if you go to my notice of motion, P for play.
What page? Show, say the page.
It's page 11 of
Page
my
11
notice
at
of
the
motion.
top.
Yes. Page 11 on my notice of motion clearly captures the issue of Public Health Department, Department of Medical Service and Public Health.
And it goes up to page 12?
It goes up to page 12.
Yes, so the other witness will capture. Let's go to the next one now.
Yes.
Let's go to paragraph 59. Are you there, 59?
Yes.
What are the allegations you make in paragraph 59?
In paragraph 59, and the allegations I'm making is that the governor is in abuse of power and authority contrary to Article 236.
What do you mean?
The governor has reshuffled almost 6 times the number of chief officers in the Department of Finance. This is a very critical department. We believe that the governor is doing this is in concealing important information in the docket of finance, where every chief officer who comes in is transferred again. So there is no accountability.
And at paragraph 60, what do you say?
At paragraph 60, there's also been a... At paragraph 60 is where now the governor has really delegated his duties to his wife, Ms. Khaira Omar.
What do you mean delegated? Can you explain?
The governor has not only allowed Ms. Khaira Omar to run the county, he has actually left the roles that were supposed to be performed by him to her. For example, as an assembly, or every time we meet the governor, or in every sittings where the governor is supposed to address the assembly, the issues that are raised there are raised by Her Excellency the governor, the First Lady.
Does she participate in the meetings?
She participates in the meetings. She makes decisions on behalf of the governor. Sometimes the meetings are chaired by the First Lady.
I want that to be clear. Are you saying that she chairs meetings?
Chairman,
Yes.
That testimony is not captured.
Councillor Nyamodi.
That testimony is not captured in either the witness statement or the motion.
Your Honor, my learned friend is being just disruptive. We don't have to capture each and every issue. It will run into pages and pages. What we are making is that we are raising an issue, and it's for the witness when he is on the stand to expound on that and give us incidents of that issue. I think my learned friend is out of order.
Chairman, the governor is entitled to a response.
Just a minute.
Take notes.
I think senior counsel,
Yes.
the issue that counsel for governor is raising, which is good that the answer captures. He says that this particular allegation was not raised before the county assembly. Is that what I'm hearing you, counsel, saying, Counsel Nyamodi?
I'm saying it was not raised before the county assembly,
Yep.
and it is not raised in any of the witness statements or depositions we have, because
So-
the governor is entitled to
So
a
I think
response.
what I want the witness to show us is where it was raised before the assembly or where it appears in his...
You
Paragraph
can see in my
page-
motion,
page 12
in
and
my
Your
motion,
page,
12 and 13.
page,
Page
page
12.
12 of 13,
page 12,
Roman 2.
Roman 2.
Yes.
Page 12.
Can
Page
we go
12.
together to page 12, Roman 2? I'm reading. Violation of Article 73 of the governor has allowed his wife. Okay, Council Nyamodi, I think is there.
But Chairman, I
Yes.
think I have to make the point. Isn't it very clear when the witness statement says, and the motion, both of them, that the governor
No, I
has
think I've
allowed-
seen it. I've seen it.
I want to emphasize. I want to emphasize because I want to show how frivolous these interjections are.
Yeah,
It says
so
the governor has allowed his wife to literally run the affairs of the county
I
as the
think,
de facto authority.
yeah, I think Council,
Yes.
if you go to page 12, Roman 2, are we together, Council?
We're
Council
together,
Nyamodi?
Chairman.
I think they say there, the governor has allowed his wife to literally run the county affairs as the de facto authority.
That is the extent, Chairman,
Yes.
with tremendous respect, of the testimony. The addition that she chairs executive committee meetings is not in any testimony. And
It's
that is
that-
where my objection comes from.
No, read it. It's continue. Chairman,
Let's, excuse me, let's have decorum. You know, if you read through, they say that she unilaterally make, I don't know what that means, based on her own wishes and judgment without due regard to any law. So I think what you can counter that evidence, but what they are trying to do is to advance to adduce evidence in support of that allegation.
It's okay, we shall deal with
But you
him
can
in
counter
cross.
that when you quote your witnesses.
We'll deal with him in cross-examination.
So you can proceed.
Well, I mean, I think you are just explaining to the chairman and the committee that there are certain meetings where the wife of the honorable governor presides over. Can you elaborate us on that point?
I want to make a correction on the council of the governor. I didn't mention the issue of executive meeting. I didn't say she sits on the. I said on our meeting as members of the county assembly when we're meeting the governor. That is not an executive committee meeting. That one is a meeting between the assembly and the governor.
But Chair, maybe we might have to seek your directions once more, joining issue with senior. How do we deal with scandalous evidence that has already gone on record and we do not have an opportunity of response? The question of scandalous and vexatiousness is an issue here, and it is not protected under the Evidence Act. We seek your guidance.
Perhaps, Chairman, another item of guidance with a witness of this. I don't know what we would need to do to have recourse to the Hansard of this committee meeting, because he's saying one thing and he jumps onto the other side and says something else.
Okay, I think for clarity, can we from you, Honorable Isaac,
Yes.
what do you want us to take on record?
I want you to take on record as me saying that she sits in the sittings between the assembly and the governor,
Not in the executive.
not in the executive.
Okay,
I have not
then
mentioned the executive meeting.
we'll order the other part which refers to the executive to be expunged from the answer,
Thank you.
and we take what you have said.
For further elaboration and deliberation, this one can be done by witness Honorable Shuaib. We'll take on that one.
Okay, can you explain, if you look at both your petition and the witness statements, there's this line that says that the governor has allowed his wife to literally run the county affairs as the de facto authority. What do you mean?
And Honorable Chair, orders to the employees of the county are given by the First Lady. Although it's not done formally, but the orders are given by her. It's clear and it's known to everybody in Wajir that she rules with iron fist. She's the one who is in charge of the county.
Now the next line I will ask you is that
Chairman.
Ahmed Nasir, proceed.
yes. Now in that page to all of Roman 2, you say he ceremoniously officiates and signs off where necessary for decisions she unilaterally makes based on her own wish and judgment without due regard of law. Explain, because I want to ask you a question on that. What do you mean by that?
I mean the orders and the governor's responsibility is just to sign the documents, like the budget documents. But in the execution of the budget, the person who handles the chief officer finance, the person who handles the CEC finance is the governor's wife.
Chairman, just
Honorable Outa, you have an intervention?
yeah, Chair. I just wanted to get some clarification whether these meetings were formal or informal, where the First Lady is arbitrarily attending as as part of executive.
Honorable Isaac,
Yes,
you know what Senator Outa is saying
yes,
is that when you make an allegation,
yes,
you know, if you look at our standing orders, what we are looking for is substantiation.
yes.
You will not be able to substantiate if you don't make reference to where that evidence can be found in your bundle. So when you say signs off where necessary decisions unilaterally, you need to guide us and say these can be found in page this of this bundle.
I mentioned earlier.
Otherwise, if you just say, then how do we say this allegation has been substantiated before us?
These allegations can be further substantiated by a third witness who will be appear before you.
So that's what you want us to record?
Yes.
That you are not able to substantiate what you are saying,
Yes.
but the next witness will substantiate.
Yes, he has a
Okay.
sworn affidavit who will substantiate further.
Okay, we'll record it as such. Senator Susan Kihika.
Just a quick one, Chair, as I know he's saying, the witness is saying that another witness
referring to paragraph 3.
Yes.
So can you quickly respond to his question then?
You're talking about annexed herein.
I have asked you to read the last 2 lines of paragraph 3. Just read them.
The last 2 lines.
Yes.
Grounds inter alia of gross misconduct. Why don't you read for me and I see?
It's not my witness statement. The last 2 lines of paragraph 3.
Can you show me then?
This is your witness statement.
Yes, it's my witness statement.
There is a paragraph 3 in between paragraph 2 and paragraph 4.
Yes, 3. I am here.
2 lines.
I am here.
Please read to the committee the last 2 lines.
The last
Annexed-
2 lines.
annexed herein.
Annexed here.
Yes.
Yes, annexed here and mark A1 is a copy of notice of motion dated 20th April. Yes,
What is that?
this is a notice of motion.
When is it dated?
It's dated 19th.
And who is it signed by?
Abdullahi.
Is it a different document from the one you refer to in paragraph 3?
A notice of motion was presented on 20th.
What does it say about the date of the notice of motion in paragraph 3?
This is when I presented my notice
What
of
does it say? Just answer my question. What does it say about the date of the notice of motion in paragraph 3?
It's 19/4/2021.
Is document 1 the notice of motion?
Yes.
Is it dated the 20th?
On top it's dated 20th.
Does it bear the date 20th?
It bears here.
You signed it with your hand.
I signed on 19th, but I presented on 20th.
No. Is it dated the 20th?
Yes.
Is it dated by you the 20th?
By me it's dated 19th.
Thank you. Let's move to paragraph 9. And I want to ask you a question as an experience. I want to ask you a question as an experienced member of the Wajir County Assembly.
Yes.
The Wajir County Assembly is, of course, bound or enjoined to carry out the provisions of Article 118 of the Constitution of this Republic.
Article 118?
Yes, it deals with public participation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the Wajir County Assembly publishes bills and does other activities in furtherance of its legislative mandate.
Yes.
How does the Wajir County Assembly normally publicize its bills and its other activities in furtherance of its legislative mandate?
And there are many ways we can do it.
Such as?
Through public memoranda and adverts placed like this one. Yes, through local stations, through city, public halls. Yes.
Okay. Now, I want us to look at paragraph 9 of your witness statement.
Yes.
Where you state that, accordingly, a notice was placed in the local daily calling for the submission of memoranda, public participation, and appearance of the governor of Wajir before the county assembly.
Yes.
Now, was any other form of public participation conducted in respect of this matter? Were there any local memorandum? Were there any announcement in local halls?
Yes.
Does your witness statement state that?
No.
And without downplaying the status of a county like Wajir, what is the uptake of newspapers within the county of Wajir? These newspapers you vaguely describe as local dailies. What is their uptake in the county of Wajir?
It's huge. The uptake is big.
Such as how big?
I don't have the statistics, but it's big.
Okay. Was this mode of public participation the most effective?
It's the one we use in our public participation.
You've told the committee already that you use more than this. And in this one, the only testimony you have is that this is the mode you use. Is this the most effective?
This is not the only mode we used.
Does your witness statement state that you used any other mode?
It's not captured in my witness statement, but
All right,
the other
thank you.
modes we used.
Thanks. Now, I want us to go to page 20. Are we together?
Yes.
You're an extra AI4.
Page?
Page 20.
Page 20.
The document that says County Assembly of Wajir at the top and the bottom says scanned with CAM scanner.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to look at that document, and I want you to look at paragraph 9 at the same time. And I want to ask you a question. Does paragraph 9 state which local daily this advertisement was purportedly placed in?
Paragraph?
9. You're eating into my time.
Yeah, I'm reading through my paragraph. No.
Okay. Does the document on page 20 state which local daily it was placed with?
It's not captured here, but it's states.
Does it state which daily it appeared in?
It was placed on a local dailies, but it doesn't capture here.
Okay. I want us then to move on, and I want us to get into the evidence you give under the grounds of impeachment, and I want you to look at paragraph 16 of your affidavit.
Yes.
How long have you been a member of the Wajir County Assembly?
From 2017, August.
From 2017, August.
Yes.
You're a first-time member of County Assembly.
Yes.
And what are some of the roles that counties assemblies play in the evolved system of government in this republic?
There are many roles we play.
What are some of the notable or important?
And we do oversight roles through committees. We do preparation of budgets, not preparation, approval of budgets.
Okay. Oversight and approval of budget.
Yes.
And the oversight role is exclusively carried out by the assembly.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want you to look at the third line from the bottom and read for me the sentence that starts the governor.
The governor, as the oversight authority of the county, in performing the functions under section 32, is accountable for management and use of county resources.
Now, does the governor or the executive perform any oversight function?
His staff, in dealing with his staff.
He performs an oversight function.
He is in charge of the executive.
That is true.
Yes.
That is very true.
Yes.
But in the county government setup, is oversight carried out by the assembly or
By the executive, by the assembly.
Thank you. I want us to move on to paragraph 17. And I want to draw you to the middle of paragraph 17. And listening to what you have been saying, the testimony that you have been
Council,
saying.
just for my clarification and the members,